What?
We are Wrestling with Weed, the podcast.
What's poppin'? It's the Booze Shadow with Batty Around, Hollywood Haley J, and you're listening to Wrestling with Weed.
Wrestling with Weed. Check them out.
I'm Sabu, and you're watching Wrestling with Weed podcast.
Ooh, yeah, you're listening to Wrestling with Weed.
It's your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, and you're listening to Wrestling with Weed. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Ooh, welcome back to Wrestling with Weed, the podcast. Best of the world for your pop culture and wrestling needs. Love your support. Like, subscribe. Don't cost you a dime to subscribe, but it means the world to Wrestling with Weed. Me, Broski, $5 Donnie, and Chirac. So let's talk this TNA merger or TNA partnership with WWE. Now, we were at a show because they run a show here once a year in Chicago during the summer. I forgot what it was. If it was I forgot what pay-per-view it was, but it was a TNA pay-per-view they had here. Against All Odds, maybe. I'm not sure. But even then, me and Broski went there. We met Tommy Dreamer, super cool. We met Rhino, super cool. Dolph Ziggler was an asshole to us, just walked right by us. Dude that's with the he was with the Rascals. He was with Ace. I forgot his name. I'm missing his name right now. But he was cool as hell. And you know who was an asshole to us? Sing his name and he'll appear. I forgot his name already. But yeah, the TNA World Champion. He was an asshole to us. He didn't want to. We caught him outside because we were just waiting outside. Matt Hardy signed my shirt. We were in the car smoking, just seeing who came out. I see Matt Hardy came out. I showed him my shirt. He loved it. He signed it. Shout out to Matt Hardy. He's a beast. He's a G. He's a legend. Shout out to his brother too. Shout out to them being tag team champions in TNA. They might show up in WWE NXT. I don't know if they go to the main roster, but they'll show up to NXT because they got a beef right now with one of these guys, one of these tag teams, the NXT tag team champion, which I really don't know who they are because I don't really watch NXT. Sorry guys, you know. Cora Jay showed up on the pay-per-view last weekend. I think it was last weekend. But yeah, we were there during the summer, me and Broski, and I was kind of telling them, hey, I had a feeling because even then they had NXT stars show up. Not well-known NXT stars, but NXT stars nonetheless. WWE guys, NXT guys, you know what I'm saying? So they showed up, and I was talking to him about it, talking to Broski about it, and I'm like, there's a lot of guys that I see I don't see in TNA right now that normally were doing dark matches for AEW, showed up on AEW for a match here and there, then came back to TNA, like Toro. He was going back and forth for a little while. But when I seen that he was in AEW and then he didn't show up, you know, because I watch TNA. It's on Access Channel. I watch it. Even if it's just highlights, I always try to see what's going on in TNA. Because the Hardy Boys are there. I like Moose. I got a little clip of Moose. He was doing hog wrestling at here in Chicago in Logan Square. I think it's Logan Square Auditorium in Logan Square. And it's a pretty fun little clip. I was like, man, you suck, Moose. And I was like, we still fuck with you, you know. And Moose is a cool motherfucker. He didn't want to give us a picture outside the Cicero Stadium when we seen him at the TNA pay-per-view, but he was super cool at the event. Took a picture of me. I bought a shirt. The logo on the shirt is like all crooked. It's like whoever made those shirts, I could do better for him. And you know, overall, TNA is a great experience. We've seen people come out. Shout out to Mustafa Ali. He kind of like dipped off on us in a TNA event, but then we seen him at a GCW event. He took a picture with us. He didn't have to, but he did, you know. Former CPD, I think. He's super cool. So like, damn. Ooh, smoking on that biscotti. But yeah, like I knew from that moment when I didn't see the wrestlers that were leaving and going to AEW, doing dark matches or doing one match or doing whatever, you know, weren't coming back to TNA. And I go, why are they not there? Not major names, but certain wrestlers. And I was like, why are they not coming back? So in my mind, in the middle of the summer, that was like July, I was thinking WWE already purchased, maybe not purchased full TNA, but purchased a percentage of it. And that's why certain wrestlers weren't coming back from AEW to participate in TNA. But they had a partnership already. I don't know what this announcement is when they already had one, and it kind of died out in the last couple of months. You know, they really weren't showing up. And then now that you see Coral J, shout out Chicago very own Coral J, she showed up at the pay-per-view, and so did the tag team guys showed up. It even showed up, was it last night? It might have been last night at the live TNT Impact. Think about that. Now they're being live TNT Impact. So everything's changing in TNA. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it's. I like, even if WWE did purchase TNA, I like how they're keeping them two separate entities. You know what I mean? You got TNA over here, then you got NXT over here, and they could cross paths, whatever. Now, back in the days, if anybody here remembers back in the days when Vince McMahon bought, sorry, why are you blowing farts? Hey, and then back in the days when WWE purchased WCW, it was all for Vince McMahon's ego. Because when he purchased WCW back in the days, he could have easily told Ted Turner or TNT in general, like, look, I'll purchase WCW from you for whatever you guys want. I don't know, what was it, for a couple of million? I'll give you an extra 500,000. Keep me on your air at least for a year to two. And then we'll still keep these two as a separate entities. You know what I'm saying? WCW, you keep running all the guys that are running WCW, keep running them. I have a couple of my guys go over there and just watch over everything to make sure that it's benefits WWE, WWF back then better than anything, you know? And had guys show up and then have Vince McMahon be like, look, I'm tired of you WCW guys showing up on our show. And then have Eric Bischoff as the face of WCW. You know what I'm saying? Have him come. Remember when Eric Bischoff back in the days had like a whole segment where he was going to fight Vince McMahon? He gave him a dressing room and he was waiting for him and he never showed up. And it was pretty crazy that he pulled stunts like that. But it could have worked out. And then had them on TNT for a while and then slowly get the invasion going the right way. And maybe some of those top WCW stars would have been like, hey, this is hot right now. Let's go back and do this. You could have had Goldberg. You could have had Ric Flair. You could have had Sting. You could have had all these guys if you played it right. But Vince McMahon was serving his ego and wanted to go on primetime Monday night and say, oh, I purchased WCW. Which he could have done that, but a year down the line, maybe 2 years down the line, let the fans be entertained, let the fans be happy. You know what I'm saying? And that would have been a whole, like the Ruthless Aggression era, that would have been crazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the WCW stars would have been humongous. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't, and I like the way they're going now. If they did purchase a part of TNA or if they're just working a partnership, either way, it's good business. It makes money. It makes the fans happy. You know what I'm saying? So, in all, when organizations partner up, I know it's kind of hard to see who's going to go over here and who's going to go over here and which superstars are going to be big and which superstars are not going to be big. But overall, when federations help each other out and partner up, only good could come out of it. You know what I'm saying? Only good could come out of it. So I'm all for it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Love TNA. We've been watching TNA. I put Broski on TNA because Broski really didn't watch TNA, but when we see the shows are right there, and I hopefully, since now they're big time, and I see the difference too. We went to a TNA show because they come every year in July. We went to the show before that, the year before that, and went to the merch table and they didn't even have sizes and they didn't even have nothing. You know, it was just like they were like running in shambles, like they weren't organized. It didn't feel like it was an organization that was run right. But then when we went last summer, they had every size. They had whatever you want. They had, I didn't know, but they had pictures of like Matt Hardy and shit like that. And they don't even, I didn't know, they don't even say it or anything to tell you that, hey, you purchased this picture, and then at the end of the show you get to meet the wrestler for greeting. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know that. So we were just waiting outside, and we bumped into him. Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, Matt Hardy, Moose, Eddie Edwards' girl. It was cool as hell. Everybody was so friendly, so happy. The only one was your boy Joe Henry. He was a straight asshole. But you got a million people coming up to you saying, hey, I want a picture, I want a picture, I want a picture. And he did my boy Broski bogus. But I understand. You got so many people coming up. Get tired of it, you know. But at the end of the day, fans are what pay your bills. Fans will make you the best. So you should respect us, you know. So that's all I gotta say about that. TNA and NXT partnership is only going to be good for wrestling fans and the wrestling business. Alright, I'm gone. Remember, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. We out.